Welcome to Seat Time, where we drink beer and talk about all the happenings with motorcycles. Alright guys, how's it going? Brian Pierce here from Seat Time. We're going to do about episode 51. Lucas Como is joining us in here on Skype. We're going to see how it goes. He's in his crap room, I'm in my crap room, so we'll just call it the crap shoot and see what happens. Lucas Como, for those of you who do not know, is the proprietor of AcadianaRacing.com, the website, and as well of the LACC, the Louisiana Cross Country Series. He also did the Off-Road Cup this past weekend, and that is one of the big reasons, not just because of the fact that I like the fact that he drinks little tiny mini beers, but since they just had the Off-Road Cup this past weekend, I think that it'd be really good to get a little bit more of a take from him about the series, how this past weekend went, and where he sees it's going to go. So, Lucas, just give me a rundown. How was the weekend for you, man?
It was a blast. I think everybody had fun. We had a good turnout. Racers came from all over, and the weather was nice, fun course. As we posted, Midwest Off-Road Events won with Kirkpatrick, Ingram, and Levan, and Missouri Harris Scramble Series got second, and LACC third, and I think everybody had fun.
Awesome, man. Well, I've talked about multiple times trying to come to a dang LACC race, and then of course there was a conflict with Toro this past weekend, so I couldn't make it to the Off-Road Cup, unfortunately. And I really do. I think it'd be fun. You and I have texted a little bit about possibly maybe putting an industry class in, so that then maybe Seat Time and some guys could compete. I mean, what do you think about that? Is that something that could be in the future?
I think Hooper and all them would probably kick your butt.
Oh, come on, man. If it was me and Hoop, I think I know who would win. The guy that wasn't on a Suzuki, which would be me.
Who else? Who else would be in there? Off-Road Viking, I guess. Do those guys ride?
I mean, they probably have a bike. I don't know how much they ride it. Oh, what up, Daniel? I just dissed you. I'm just saying. I don't know, man. We got a couple. We got Racer X. I mean, that's kind of Hooper as well, because he's a contract through them. You know, we could probably put Bolt on somebody's bike. He's a goon. I mean, he'd be there. That's about it. I don't know. There's quite a few. I guess there's some West Coast guys. We could bring in the Vital MX guys. You know, they're California. I don't know if they'd show up for our business. But what do you think?
That'd be fun.
I think it'd be pretty awesome, dude. Let's put in ourselves an industry class and see what happens. So, okay, so the more guys, 2 years in a row. This is the second year you've had the Off-Road Cup. Where has this gone for you? I know that you had a dream, you had a vision with the Off-Road Cup, what you wanted to create. In this past 2 years, has it really kind of followed through with that, followed suit?
Yeah, I think mission accomplished. We had people traveling from all over. We had a bunch of different race series represented. I think some people traveled over 1,000 miles to come race.
That's quite a distance.
They were just getting out of the snow. They were just ready for some dirt. But no, I mean it's going well. I think on the regional level, which is pretty much all we can expect for now. I think a long-term goal would be to eventually maybe get it to where the national level series are racing. And, what we'd probably do is keep the same cup we have now, the Perpetual Trophy, on that regional level, and maybe get a new one for the national level. But that's just kind of wishful thinking. If that happens, great. If not, oh well, we tried. I actually was talking on the phone with Sean Reddish, the Works guy. Yeah. And, he thought it was a pretty good idea. He said, it's just hard because these pros, I mean, if you don't have a huge purse and it's not in their contract to do it, it's kind of hard to get them to show up,
Right.
So you pretty much have to get one truck coming from the West Coast with a bunch of bikes and try to do it that way, or I don't know.
Yeah, kind of almost like the ISD in that sense. It's like, okay, you give us your X amount of dollars, we're going to put all your crap in one big crate and get everything over there to a degree. Man, I think it's interesting. I think it's a great idea. I think it's something that we haven't seen before. I think it's hard to say, a lot of times people compete year round with the exact same top 5, top 3 people. It's hard to kind of almost say, okay, cool, now that you guys are the top 3, let's go ahead and get on a team together and compete as a team. But I think it's an interesting concept. I think it's a really good idea, and I think that there's maybe some small kinks that need to be worked out with people that are involved on teams that aren't really maybe in certain series and things like that, and being able to race there. But it's I think the amount you've seen it grow in the past, obviously 2 years, leads the fact that it's going to continue to grow, and it's something that people can keep having fun with. Where do you think the course is going to be next year? I know you're trying to move it around.
We're gonna start looking north from
Okay.
here. So it could be one state north. It could be two states north. We'll just have to see.
Yeah. Is there anything? I know one of the deals that we were talking about as well is like a proposed date. I mean, are you guys kind of thinking like the February, March time for next year as well?
Yeah, we want to keep it early in the year
Uh-huh.
because it's not so hot. You still do have good weekends in that time of year. Everybody thinks, oh, it's going to be muddy and rainy. This last weekend proved that it could be perfect.
Yeah.
And then it allows the guys up north that have been snowed in for a few months to get out and come race.
Nice. Well, cool, man.
So
Well, congratulations to the Moore guys, I guess, for getting it 2 years in a row. That's pretty impressive that you guys have had it this long. Steve Levan's been working that team. Was he on KTM's last year for this as well?
yes,
Okay, so 2 years in a row with KTM's. I'm pretty sure they've got to be happy with that.
yeah.
So did you have fun? Did you get to ride any?
No, man. All I got to ride was my four wheeler.
Oh, you own a four-wheeler? It's not your wife's four-wheeler?
It's both. It's half and half.
Right? Come on,
But
your
yeah,
wife owns it all. We all know how this works.
I tried to get out there and ride, but man, it's tough. Trying to help with scoring and making sure everything is going okay. But I got to give a big thanks to my family, my mom, dad, brother, sister, all them, wife. They really helped out a lot. And Golden Pine Raceway, Randy Rector and them. Also Brady Wascom, he helped out. So it was a crew of us.
Yeah, for sure.
It was fun.
Yeah, did you? As we mentioned multiple times, being a member of the Toro staff, like I know how much work I put in on that, and I can only imagine with you being the proprietor, the owner of LACC and Acadian Racing, and then as well the Off Road Cup. It's like there's a lot going on there, so I can imagine you have busy weekends leading up to and busy weekends during.
Yeah,
those
it's fun.
weekends.
What makes it a lot better is using Moto Tally.
Yeah.
Electronic scoring. If we had to score this by hand, it would be very difficult. So you give the transponder, they put it on their visor, they ride underneath the gate antenna. We have the reader that picks them up, laptop. When it's all said and done, you go through a few errors and print out the results, and it's nice and easy.
Boom. Yeah, we as well use electronic scoring for Toro, and that is a blessing for sure.
Y'all use Moto Tally, huh?
I don't think we do. No, we use Bud Hutchinson actually came up with a system we use for Toro. So
Okay.
we use Moto Tally for the TSEC stuff, not for the Toro stuff. And I think I don't in the Torn and the none of the local guys use Moto Tally yet. We need to get them on that because I know that was it Brian Jahoka actually is Moto Tally, right? Because he's been around for a while helping out with all the blackjack stuff, and he's done a great job with that. So we need to get more people using MotoTally. I think it's mototally.com, isn't it?
Yeah.
And moto-tally.com?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Just Google it.
Yeah, Google it. Whatever. You don't need to know the URL these days. You just need to know how to Google stuff.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so if we were to Google other results. So good job on a great weekend, though, I have to say. I'm thankful for the fact that you have your big Maxxis sticker on that fridge. That is a huge Maxxis sticker, by the way. I don't know how you took that from somebody. But
Thanks to Alan Hall for that sticker.
Yeah, Alan Hall's a cool guy. I want a big ass sticker like that. That is awesome. But so there was other racing that went on, of course, in Atlanta. If you were to make it really, really far east, they had the Supercross that went on. So round 2 for the East Coast guys, and then round 7 for the big boys. Big boys. Ryan Dungey in the KTM gets another win. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Ryan Villapoto fights in for second. James Stewart had a very solid third. They had a couple other really good podium spots or not podium spots, but really good finishes by some other riders. A lot of people worked really hard, but Ryan Dungey, I think, on that KTM proved that he can win a championship. I mean, Ryan Villapoto did not get the best of starts, but I think, what do you think about Dungey or think about the podium run up and all that?
Yeah, I think Dungey's doing it right. I mean, if he just keeps consistent and keeps plugging away, all it's going to take is for Villapoto to make one mistake. Maybe not finish a race or something like that.
But do you win a championship planning for someone else to make a mistake?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean that's a big concern I've got just with. I mean, I love KTM ever since I've switched to KTM's and stuff like that. But and I'm a big Dungey fan. I was when he won on 2010 on Suzuki. But I just it's that aggression. It's just they say it over and over again, and I feel it. 2 seconds before anybody says it on Speed or whatever or CBS when we're watching it, it's like, gosh, you just need to get a little bit more aggressive. Like, and then he just, I don't know. I think that's where he's got to figure something out.
Yeah.
Ryan Villapoto in that 2012 is riding awesome. Stewart's riding a lot better on that Yamaha, so I think it's going to be, now that Chad Reed's out, unfortunately, it's going to be an interesting haul. So where do we wind up with the lights guys, though? Barcia getting the win, and we got
Lights.
we got second and third in there somewhere. I know you got the notes up on your screen.
Barcia, wait. Huh? Barcia, Baggett, Bogle, Wharton, Durham. Is that right?
Yeah, that is right. Okay, so Barcia in first place, dominating on that 2012 Geico Honda team. Oh my gosh, like that is, the guy can ride. I think when Todd Slavic made the prediction last week that Barcia might be possibly a 2-2 rider,
That'd be pretty cool.
I think that'd be a great fit.
Y'all don't think it might be Baggett? Aren't Reed and Baggett pretty tight?
Man, I don't know. I
No,
honestly
not
don't.
Baggett. Wilson.
I guess they are.
Remember Wilson and Reed were spending all that time together?
Yeah, but I think like with now that Reed's kind of plugged in with the factory Honda team, I think that would almost feel like a satellite thing. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they got all these little. I don't know how the industry works in that sense. I don't make a ton of money from anybody, so I don't know. But and then I think it was good for Durham to get a top 5. He showed last week in Dallas with his podium that obviously now that he's on the PC team, he can ride. He can prove himself, and he's done it again with a top 5. I think that's pretty impressive. And then we've got Wharton with that freaking fro running Masterpool's number. So I mean it's going to be a good series. I think the tracks have already gotten better. Did you get a chance to see any of the stuff from this weekend? I know you were busy, but
No, I'm looking at it here. So Roxon got 6th.
yeah, and that was
What
due
happened to
to he. Well, if you listen to his speech, he kind of says that they held the gate for a while. Like, I mean, and they did. I mean, their bikes, if you will, were revved out for a long amount of time, and so I think everybody kind of was on their own mental clock of when they thought the gate was going to drop, and he kind of just half a seconded too early and went into the gate, and so by that point, when they did drop it, he just got stuck by the gate. I mean, he had to completely back out and go. So he was not just last; he was, at least half a second dead last. So I mean, he fought his way from 20th, a very solid 20th place, to a very solid 6th place. So he had a good ride considering, but unfortunately, that's gonna knock holes in the points for him.
Yeah. See a local guy here from around Lafayette, Louisiana, Lance Vincent, got 11th.
It's 55 on the KTM, right?
Yep.
Yeah. What place did he get?
Munn Racing KTM 11th overall.
Hell yeah, that's good. And then what was Shane Sewell in there? He was top 10. He was 11th, wasn't he? I'm a 68.
No, he's 10th.
10th? Okay, yeah, he was, and he's a local guy. Well, local to us as in the shop that he runs out of, because SMS Racing in Denton is actually doing all the motor and suspension work for that team. That was the team that I got to go hang out with in Dallas at the pits and hang out with them all day. It was really, really cool, and it was interesting because I got to see Shane have like the top 15th qualifier position for a while, and all amped up and stuff. But then it was like it just took so long for the day to go on. You could just see that he was mentally working through stuff that he didn't need to work through. Like, he obviously was doing it right, but so it was just kind of weird to I think he kind of beat himself up. And so this week, being able to train and ride, and then obviously he proved he was able to make it into the main. He did it off of the heat, didn't have to go to LCQ, and then got a top 10. I mean, that's pretty impressive. So excited to see more KTMs being awesome.
Telling you.
You don't ride your KTM anymore, do you?
No, man. Gas.
That's Spanish, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, you and your Spaniards. I don't know what would happen if we went over there. I think we'd tear some stuff up.
Did you see the new 2012 gas bike?
I did. I saw that KTM's got one in there. Those look good, man. I did.
Wait, say what?
I think SMS has got one in their shop.
Oh, yeah. 2012 gas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I saw it on their Facebook page or something like that.
Yeah, they look pretty sweet.
Yeah. All right. So Supercross was good. It was. I think the fact that the track was a little bit more technical was really nice. That's what I'm happy to see. St. Louis is supposed to have an over and under. I'm always a big fan of those because of the fact that Rad, Hulk Hogan, eat your heart out. You know what I'm saying? Like Crew Jones is the man. So. Moving on, they had a little bit of works that happened this past weekend. I think we had Bobby Garrison in first place, and Taylor Robert, and then Kyle Summers.
Yep.
All
Justin Soulier fourth and Mike Brown fifth.
Yeah, Mike Brown, and apparently Mike Brown kind of had a little bit of a tumble in there somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's what I read.
That's okay. The age with Mike Brown always seems to heal up.
Yeah, he tumbled on Saturday, and then he was still feeling the after effects on Sunday.
Oh shit! I'm still feeling the after effects from being 21. 11 years later.
Yeah.
So,
I got to give a quick mention real quick back to the Off-Road Cup. The Ironman, the overall Ironman was Zach Kroll representing the Arkansas Hare Scramble Series. He did like 30 something laps.
good lord.
Probably about 160 miles or
So
180 miles.
he did 30 something laps. What did the Moore team do? How many laps did they do overall?
Hold on one second.
That way we just have from perspective, what
48 laps.
48.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean that honestly 18 lap. I mean that's like you go three guys in 9 hours to one man in 9 hours. That's
Right.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, my buddy Dusty Newville. Wait, hold on. He got second overall Ironman. He said his butt was pretty ugly.
He was
after that.
babooned, if you will.
Yeah.
Hey man, it happens to the best of us. It definitely does. Oh well.
Listen to that. You still gonna try to do the ISD?
Oh, absolutely, man. I'm gonna probably be baboon butt all over the place. It's gonna be interesting. When I talked to Kurt Caselli online, he told me that if I get to actually make it to the ISD, that he'll actually have a beer with me in Germany.
Yeah, I saw that.
That'll be.
Well, I wanted to ask you about that. So you had Caselli on the show, then you had Jason Rains, and then you chatted with
Mr. Bakken, Brad Barebones
Bakken.
Bakken.
Who's the Supercross online dude? What's his name?
Oh, Jim Holly.
Jimmy Holly.
Yeah.
And you're moving up there.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I'm working deeper trenches.
So when you started this, a year ago?
Yeah.
Did you think it would go this far and get this big?
Well,
See,
I think
I'm gonna turn it around and kind of talk to you about some stuff.
That's fine, dude. No, I think for me with Seat Time, what am I doing right now? I'm drinking a beer. I'm talking motorcycles with a good buddy of mine. We grew up from 5 years old together racing dirt bikes. And you live in Louisiana, I live in Texas. Yet now, what do? We communicate over the internet, and we talk about motorcycles. And when you're in town, you call me. We drink beers. We talk about all this stuff. I think Seat Time is doing exactly what I wanted it to do. I'm having fun. I'm being involved in the industry that I do love to be a part of because I race, I ride, I want my family to be a part of it, and I'm having fun. I have started to enjoy, I won't lie, the interviewing kind of aspect of it. I'm having fun doing that. I didn't know that I enjoyed doing that, but I do, and that was why I wanted to. And luckily, Adam Toppy from the Violation team knows Jim Holly. And he was the one that was able to kind of say, hey, dude, I told him, I was like, man, it would be really awesome if somehow I was able to flip the switch on Jim Holly and interview him. He's like, no, I'm best buds with him. I could totally bring him over. I was like, what?
That's cool.
And it worked out. So
he seemed like a nice guy too, pretty down there.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting. The more that I've talked to you kind of feel like you're hands off. When you're a fan, and not to say that I'm not a fan, but the more that I try to reach out to people, I kind of start to feel like a media person. But the more you talk to these people in person and online and stuff like that, you realize, look at Kurt Caselli, Jason Rains, Brad Bakken, Jim Holly. Those guys are some of the coolest people I've either met online virtually or met in person and talked to. I mean, down to earth. They're just honest people, and I love it. It's quite awesome.
Cool.
Just like you. You would never lie to me.
And you get free stuff too, like jersey.
I got a free Jason Ray. Yeah, Kurt Caselli has not sent me a free jersey yet.
Man, that's a bummer.
That is a bummer. That's kind of ridiculous.
Have a big number 1 on the back.
I know hopefully it would have a big number 1, and then he'd send me a whole nother one that had a big number 66 on it. I doubt that'll happen at all.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah, I know, right?
So Toro, your boy Caleb Ramsey won.
Yes, he went from hole shot all the way to the finish, actually. So I would definitely say that his two stroke treated him well out there on the technical Tolar rocks, if you will. They were definitely technical.
So did Cameron Ishmael ride his Kawasaki or KTM?
No, he's back on the Kawasaki's. He has actually sold the KTM's. He
Okay.
just says that he was trying things out, made a quick decision. Feels that once he got back on back on some Kawasaki's that he made the wrong decisions when he went to the KTM's, and he is back now on. Oh, excuse me. He was riding his 2011 Cowie, but he does have his 2012. He's getting the suspension and setup all done for the new 2012 series.
So he finished second, and then Brian Vaughn used to be Kawasaki. Now he's liking his KTM. He's
Yeah.
in third.
Well, you said Caleb Ramsey. Caleb Ramsey was also a Kawasaki rider
Okay.
before he went to KTM. So those top
Sweet.
three, they could have either all been Cowie or all been KTM at one point. So, and it's good though because of the fact that you look at Caleb Ramsey, he's a past Toro champion. You look at Cameron Ishmael, he's a past Toro champion. Brian Vaughn, past Arkansas champion, and then Cole Kirkpatrick, who was at the Off Road Cup but is this year's Toro champion. Was also a past Toro champion. Steve Van is a past Toro champion. I mean, Hayden Franklin, who has been doing more trial stuff. I mean, those are some names in the South, and all those guys competing against each other. It's really cool that those guys are always year round, winter, summer, their series, boom. We're just racing. They wanna know who's better. It's pretty interesting.
That's
But that
cool.
track was fun. Kevin Ruckteschel was actually the promoter. He's also the vice president of Toro. He promoted this race as well. A new property that he had found, the Rock Trails in Tolar, Texas. Kind of more of a 4x4 jeeping territory, but the landowner was very receptive to putting some moto trails on there and having us come out and ride. And I think that he did a really good job. We have had unfortunate weird rain going on the past couple weeks. It, kept me from even testing my 300 kit that I put in my KTM. Those suckers. But got to ride it this weekend, and I thought it was fun. There was a lot of mud. We had some mud stuff, but it was technical. It was rocky. It was tight, and I liked it because that's what I like. So, I don't know.
Cool.
What about you?
Did you race?
I did. I got DNF the ever living crap out of the race. I had a lot of. I know. I had a lot of fun on Saturday and rode the crap out of my bike. Broke into 300. Did a bunch of jetting testing and stuff like that. But there's actually video footage. I'll see if I can grab it and edit it in here of me getting bumped between Cody Beck and Travis. I don't remember his last name, but he's 104 on a Yamaha. And they like boop, boop, boop. And then Cody just gave me the last little elbow and I freaking faltered. And so it went from what would have been almost a second to completely fourth. So there's only 4 of us in our class. Unfortunately, with the last race of the season and then everybody else getting ready for the new series, kind of, if they're not, fighting for a championship, a lot of people kind of back out. That's unfortunate, but I had a lot of fun. Back brake malfunction. The lock nut, you rode KTMs for a long time. The adjustable nut on the KTM lever backed out, so the vibrations allowed that screw to screw in the brake pedal as if it was applied at all times, and so my brakes completely locked up on me.
Burn up.
Yeah, I was like, well, that sucks.
As you said, you put the 300 jug on.
Yeah, I put the 300 XE 2012 kit on my 2009 250 XE. Yep.
A little getting used to.
Oh, dude, my arms and shoulders are sore as all kinds of get out. Yeah, it was and I put the Moto Tessinari V-Force 4 reed cage on as well, and you could tell that there was power everywhere. I mean, I know that the 300 kit added power everywhere, but the thing that I thought was awesome was that I had a lot of low end power and a lot of top end power that I could control, and I thought that was really cool. And I think that having talked with Cole and Brian Vaughn, they're both Moto Tassinari riders. I mean, that's pretty much what it does. It's the intake for going into the engine, the combustion happens, and the exhaust, which everybody spends a lot of money on. And a lot of people don't think about the fact of like putting the air into the carburetor or the EFI system correctly. So I think Moto Tassinari's worked it. It definitely helped me out a lot, and I think that it smoothed out that 300 enough to where a little weakling like myself could handle it.
There you go.
But hey, so all right, one of the guys that supports Sea Time a lot is Fly Racing, flyracing.com. If you guys don't mind, please go check them out. They support me with all the gear that I wear and that a lot of our off-road friends do, the competitors that we race against, and then as well some of the friends that we just ride with. They've got great stuff. They're doing a lot of things in the off-road community. They're sponsoring tons of teams, lots of motocross teams, and they'd love to have your support as well. So please go check them out, flyracing.com. They're a big-time Sea Time supporter, and their little friend Dale Spangler as well. We'll always enjoy a pintful of awesome with you, so make sure you go tell him about all your beer selections because he wants to know about them. I don't know if he wants to know about your little one, though. I mean, I've got this big 20-ounce glass, and you've got like a little 8-ounce beer.
Tastes good, though.
Nothing? That's it? You just have an 8-ounce beer?
Yeah. I guess I can go get another one. You want to sit here and wait while I go run in the kitchen and grab another one?
Well, we can always talk about more shit after you get another beer. But okay, so what's coming up next? I know LACC's got a race in 2 weeks. Is that what's coming up?
Yep.
Yeah, so
and
second week of March.
Crow.
Karen Crow. That's close to your house.
Yeah, Vanway Moto Playground.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. Well, cool. We got a touring race this weekend in Archer City. We got a TCCR race in Archer City. We have a touring race. Oh gosh, I don't remember. We have a touring race going on. Make sure you check out touringracing.com, and as well as a Torx race, torxracing.com. I know they're a little bit outside of Austin, but those are the 3 Texas races going on. We got a couple nationals as well. I don't know. I'm not really doing notes right now because of the fact that I just wanted to hang out with my buddy Lucas Como and talk to him online. Make sure you do some of your own work for a change, right? Yeah, I'm not doing it all for you. What up? You got to pay me more for that, which would be more than nothing. All right, Lucas, stay on the line. Rio and I are going to keep chatting for a little bit. But everybody, I'd like to say thanks for paying attention to what we're calling the Crapshoot, episode 51. Remember, always enjoy a pintful of awesome, Lucas. Peace.
I'm out.